Tuesday night, even though it's fucking Friday morning. Smashcast. I don't know, man. I think I'm just gonna make these cause I'm trying so hard to make this shit on Tuesday night, but it's like, hey, you know what? Let me give it another month before I rework the title to probably the weekly Smashcast or some shit. I don't know. But anyway, so listen, ain't gonna get all political today. Ain't gonna talk about 6ix9ine or fucking XXX Tentacion or any of those dudes. Cause just today, I just wanna. It's 1:47 in the a.m. Just wanna chill today. I got fucking work tomorrow today, so I'm not trying to do that shit. We're getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. So anyway, I want to talk about something that I got something on my chest, man. I do, like I always do. I always got something on my chest, but I really got something on my chest today. All right, so listen, I was listening to an older episode, and by older I mean it's fucking March. This happened of Michael Rappaport's podcast. I Am Rappaport, and he had this one guy on. I don't remember his name. He was talking about comic superhero. Well, he's talking about movies, but then eventually that turned into they were talking about superhero movies. Now, Rappaport's very vocal on his side of superhero movies. He doesn't really like them too much. He doesn't really agree with them because it's all kinds of green screen and all that noise. And, green screen, super effects, it's damn near requirement now to do all this crazy CGI shit. And I agree with him to that extent that, yeah, it's a bunch of CGI shit, no doubt. I mean, especially if it's done incorrectly, it just looks like a bunch of CGI. If it's done poorly, it looks like crap. But if it's done properly, even that dude who he was talking to, apparently he was a dear friend of his. Even he said, Iron Man was great. The first Iron Man was actually really good, which it was. It wasn't an excellent movie, but it was really, really good. Very enjoyable to watch. From my memory, but it's the whole thing about because we got Infinity War coming up. I try to stay on movies as much as I can, but mainly superhero movies because that's the hottest thing right now. Their superhero movies are hotter than ever these days. It's been that way since Iron Man. We've gotten superhero movies all the time. I believe Howard the Duck. It was either Howard the Duck or Batman. Michael Keaton Batman were the first superhero movies. I mean, Adam West had his TV movie. I believe it was a TV movie. I don't remember. But yeah, so it was like that, and and they've evolved since then. But the thing about superhero movies is like this, man. They're movies. It's not that hard to, wrap your brain about it. They're movies. Yes, they're mostly animation and everything now because of CGI. CGI and animations. It's mostly computers now, no doubt, because we're going deeper. We're doing aliens now. We're doing all kinds of extraterrestrial beings. It's not just humans anymore. I'm working on some character. I'm working on a book that hopefully gets turned into a movie, and it's got some crazy shit going on that's going to involve CGI if it ever turns into a movie. Hopefully, I mean that's not just why I'm making a book because I'm writing the screenplay after the book, but it's like superhero, dude. It's like I hear old people because it is old people that complain about this mostly. The superhero movies, it's all CGI. It's all there. It's all CGI. There's no real acting in it. It's damn near a requirement. It's the same thing over and over again. Very repetitive. It's all kinds of things. And young people are saying the same exact thing too. I'm getting tired of seeing the same formula over and over again. Marvel even said themselves. I mean, but they're doing things to change it. Marvel even said themselves that they're done with origin stories. Pre-existing characters, and they proved that with Spider-Man. This dude said on Rappaport's podcast, he said, I've seen Peter Parker's transformation into Spider-Man 3 times already. I'm like, wait a minute, there was only 2 iterations before. I forgot his name. This new guy. Oh, it'll come back to me. I can't believe I forgot his name, bro. But yeah, before this kid who just rolled up, it'll come back to me. But it's so. I mean, yeah, Sam Raimi put his fucking intro in all 3 Spider-Man men, but it's like, whatever. But they're done with that, which is a good thing because we basically know how, because with the movies comes the comics, and right now Marvel is cashing out on the Spider-Verse, and I'm not even keeping up with that with the comics. I'm not even keeping up with that. That shit's too crazy. But it's like, when it comes to the movies aren't that, Marvel's cut they've stopped doing the origin stories, and now think of it like coming of age, like fucking Black Panther. He was already pre-existing. It happened in Civil War. The lineage of Black Panthers passed down from generation to generation. If you think about it, Black Panther technically is an origin story. I'm not gonna spoil it because it's still fresh. It's only April, so I got like another 2 months before I'm gonna start spoiling shit. But it's like, why? It's technically an origin story because it's T'Challa learning how to be his own Black Panther, as opposed to, we also saw Civil War, his father dying and him just taking on the mantle, taking on the suit. No, he has to learn how to be his own Black Panther. Just like the Black Panther before him, they did their own thing while also keeping the traditional ways, but he has to learn how to be his own king. That's what it is. I just did it in a different way. But the problem is, the superhero movies are like the same now. They're the same. And I really wish DC didn't fuck up, but they did. DC and Warner Bros. Fucked up. They messed it up on their own shit. But especially, people put it on all superhero movies because, Marvel right now is the stamp. It's a stamp. So if they fuck up, everybody fucks up, kind of. So like, let's say, for instance, the way things are going right now, like, I just saw, like, I saw Black Panther. That shit made me mad. And it's not because it was garbage. It was not garbage at all whatsoever. It was a good movie. It was a really good movie. I'm not getting on the mountaintop and saying it was an excellent movie. No. I'm not one of those people. I'm dark skinned, but I'm not jumping for it. It was a really great movie. But the thing is it still had some of that Marvel in it. The Marvel in it, and please look up this video. I forgot the name of this technique where it uses humor to drop, to lighten bad situations. So like something crazy happens. T'Challa's father's dying. Somebody throws T'Challa's father's dead. Somebody would throw like a quick joke at the end of that. That's basically how it would go. Look at Just Right's YouTube channel. He did a whole video on this when he was doing Black Panther, when he was reviewing Black Panther. I forgot the name of it, but there's a word for it, where you throw humor at the end of a bad situation for levity and such. And the problem is Marvel does that all the fucking time. They do that. That's why the movies are failing, because they're just, yes, they're supposed to be kid friendly. Yes, they're supposed to be, family friendly, not just kid friendly. They're for everybody. They make movies for everybody. So, and when you make movies for everybody, and you have such dark situations, you're bound to throw a joke in there every now and then. And when they throw jokes in every now and then, in every movie, no matter how dark it gets, you got a situation on your hands. That's how it goes. That's situation. Yeah, this is how it happens, man. Because you do the same thing over and over again, people are not going to latch onto it as well. And it's unfortunate that it has to come to this. But there were some jokes in there in Black Panther that I didn't like because I'm tired of seeing Marvel constantly throw a joke in there for a quick situation. There was this one scene in the movie, in the car chase. Something happens, and you'll find it. You'll find what I'm talking about. Something happens, some cartoon shit that happens within that whole fight scene. It's goofy and it's good for the character, yes, but I didn't want to see that shit. I did not want to see it, and I'm probably in the minority. But I've talked to people who say the same thing. They're tired of seeing all the jokes. We want to see a straight, serious Marvel movie. Because the thing is, Marvel movies have extreme potential to have so much dark themes. Fucking Age of Ultron was supposed to be so much darker than it was. Apparently, I heard all this stuff about it almost being rated R because of how dark it was. Not because of sex or even just the violence, just because of how dark. And I wanted to welcome that because Age of Ultron. So it wasn't what it could have been. Now I don't blame Joss Whedon for that. I mean, we could go back and forth. It's because I'm all about being humble and using what you have, doing the best with what you got. Because the problem is Marvel tied his hands. I don't blame him for that. Marvel did the same thing with Sam Raimi with Spider-Man 3. That's why it sucked. He blames himself more so than the studio. But I'm just like, dog, listen. When people can only tie your hands so much, they can only take so much freedom from you. Because that's why Spider-Man 1 and 2 were awesome. Because Raimi was free to do whatever the hell he wanted. Then Universal or whoever had the right, Sony came in and said, hey, listen, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. That's why the third one sucked. And they did the same thing with Whedon. Hell, they had a falling out because of that. So, and Ultron wasn't that much joke. It wasn't too jokey. It had jokes there, but it wasn't always jokey. But it could have been better. So it comes to the matter of, why do Marvel movies have this issue? Because they're just trying to appeal to a wide audience. A wide audience. Trying to hit everybody. While also, hitting that particular flavor. They're not just doing it for the fans. Not just doing it for us. People who will go Thursday night instead of Friday night. Because that shit opens at Thursday night. Or at least it does for my theater. Thursday night, 7 p.m., 10 p.m. Unless you're doing 3D. Then it's a half hour later. So, it's like that, bro. It's like that. And it doesn't have to be this way. You can throw in a joke. It's okay to throw in a joke. But you throw in a joke too much, that's what's going to happen. Thor Ragnarok was a comedy. Thor Ragnarok and Ant-Man, two of them comedies. Ant-Man was a heist film, and Thor was supposed to be like a buddy adventure film. It was supposed to be like a buddy adventure film, like kind of like Bill and Ted, except Thor. And the thing is, when I saw the movie, I wanted to hate the movie because of all the comedy, because I'm tired of seeing constant comedy. But the thing is, though, because I'm tired of seeing jokes. But the thing is, with Thor Ragnarok, there was just jokes in that movie. No, there was actual comedy within that movie. Like, it was actually genuinely funny. Like, it wasn't like they doing this quip here and that there. No, there's some actual funny shit going on in there. Most of it involves Thor. Usually he's, I can't stand Korg. I fucking love Planet Hulk. And they, that's what I hate of all things, that they fucked up Planet Hulk by doing it with that bullshit. But it was genuinely funny. Now, take that. Now, remember that. And bring it and move it with Guardians. In Guardians, there was also there were jokes in there, but there was actual comedy too. But it wasn't like a comedy. It was like a serious. It was serious with jokes in it. Like, listen, we're just a bunch of scumbags, a bunch of assholes. Nobody likes us, but we're gonna do this shit anyway. Like, had it been R, man, oh. But the thing is like, Guardians, people still say Guardians is better than Avengers. Because A, it was different. It was different. It was like the first. It was the first step into the out zone. Like when people complain about CGI, like the heavy CGI, Guardians was the first one to incorporate heavy CGI. One of the main characters was fucking. Are you kidding me? Yes, Iron Man 2, but it's like Groot, just Groot. Like, and he stole the show. He was the heart of the team. Still is. So it's like when, and then you got another one. Like I'm listing off like the really good ones who like have actual comedy in them. Thor, Guardians. Get to Guardians 2 in a little bit. And fucking, you got Spider-Man. Spider-Man Homecoming it's another one where the comedy, it was funny. It was actually genuinely funny. But the problem is certain parts just felt stretched out. Like that whole beginning montage where you just see basically how he handles himself as Spider-Man. How Peter handles himself as Spider-Man is comical on its own, because he's not just it looks like he's goofing around, but in reality he's not goofing around at all. He's figuring out how to he's a teenager with some powers, and he doesn't know how to handle that. Like he shoots a web. Like what happened? How does he handle this situation? You know what I'm saying? How does he get somebody's bike? He stopped a bike thief. And he's like, whose bike is this? Is this somebody's bike? He's like, he ain't got time to just look for the fucking whose bike it is. And he ain't got no pen and pencil to leave a note. I said pen and pencil. No paper or pen to leave the note. So it's like that, man. So how can... And then like later on when he's like stuck in that warehouse, they needed like a place where he could like really test his powers and learn the AI that he's been that is in his suit. Vanessa or whatever her name is, I don't remember her name, but I just did not like that scene. I didn't like that scene too much. It just felt boring and unnecessary in a way. So Ant-Man, haven't heard too many complaints about that, but that's again, it was first a heist film, then a comedy. It was a heist. It was an action comedy that had jokes in it. It wasn't just they were goofing around, but it was actually funny. Some of the jokes hit, some jokes didn't, but it was more so like if Die Hard was trying to be funny. Or something like that. Don't quote me on that. But because it's like you see someone like Michael Pena, Paul Rudd, they had T.I. in that movie. I'm surprised they didn't give him more of a role. But I mean, Michael Pena stole the show. He's the best part of the movie. It was just a goofy heist movie. Like that. But then again, I got to go back to the fact that there's a difference between comedy and jokes. And I don't want to sound like, again, like I'm like 20 minutes in, 19 minutes in this bitch, and I'm like putting all my opinions out there and everything. I don't want to sound like I just took like all these screenwriting classes. I did not. This is just my own opinion. We're going off of everything that I know and just what I've heard from people. I should have said that in the beginning. But there's a difference between comedy and jokes. Jokes, you throw them in. Somebody does something, they fuck up, and be like, hey man, what happened here? In an old movie, like Mr. Mom, there's a scene when Michael Keaton overflows, he overflows the washing machine and there's soap everywhere. That's straight up just comedy. That's not comedy. No, that's straight up cartoon shit. That's just straight cartoon shit. Now, if somebody were to walk in the room after they shut off the machine and there's still soap everywhere, and everybody's all soapy, him and his three sons, and like they're all soapy, and somebody just walks in the room, and then they're like, "What happened here?" That's like that's a joke, or no, that's like trying to be like real comedy. What happened here? Yeah, they're trying to be comedy, but it's not. That's an attempt at comedy. Whereas a joke is just like a joke is something on the lines of in something like a joke would be on the lines of two people. Like I'm just like going off on this. A joke would no. Yeah, a joke would be like just like a quippy one-liner that Iron Man usually pulls out. You know, like he tries to be witty, tries to throw something out there every 5 seconds. Like in Age of Ultron, when he meets Claw. I mean, when they're talking about Claw, and Thor and Cap look at him after he says, "I met him at an arms deal," or "I met him at a black market convention," and Cap and Thor are looking at him like, "What, motherfucker? What, nigga? What?" And he's just like, "I met him. I didn't see, like, we didn't actually talk. I didn't sell him anything." You know, that's like their take at humor, because the way that Tony presented the answer. So I could bring up better examples, but right now, but that's really like how that would be like, and more so like I can see where people are coming from, because again, I'm getting tired of it too. I'm getting tired of the same fucking formula. Like if I go into Infinity War in 2 weeks, bro. Well, what is this shit? Like, it's 2 weeks, right? It's not next week. No, it's 2 weeks. Yeah, in 2 weeks. And I see, and if it's all joke, and it's just some serious stuff, it's just gonna be serious shit going on this time. It's not playing around. They're not playing around. Sorry, just making sure. Nobody's playing around. Okay, we got all kinds of stuff, like Thanos is coming in. He's looking for the Infinity Stones. Everybody, people, niggas is gonna die. People are just gonna drop like flies. It's like that, bro. It's like that. We don't know what's gonna happen, and I'd rather not know what's gonna happen. Because to be honest, this movie's too big to be learning spoilers. So I'll be so good at keeping my head in the sand about this fucking movie, bro. And I plan to keep it like that until I see it. So fuck off. But it's like, if I see all kinds of jokes riddled in that movie, like we saw a couple in the trailers, Star-Lord talking to Iron Man, and that's expected. It is expected because you got the two jokesters, they're both dickheads, they're both assholes. Like, so it's if they come out with some joke stuff, and then you got Spider-Man, so it's gonna happen. The thing is, I don't want it to be riddled with jokes. You riddle it with jokes to the point of it's not funny anymore. Because I don't even see Thor cracking jokes like that. Because he didn't start cracking jokes like that until Ragnarok. Like, until the Team Thor shit came out on YouTube before Ragnarok happened. Like a few months before. When he was chilling with Daryl. So it is like a joke every 5 seconds. Like, or unless we get something like Star-Lord coming at Iron Man like how we did in the trailer, the plan sucks. Now, but it's good. But how about you let me redo it, and he does shit like that. But what I did not need to see, at least see, where Spider-Man is at the end of the trailer when Spider-Man's talking to Doctor Strange, and he's like, "Peter Parker, Doctor Strange. Oh, we're using our made-up names." I did not need to see that shit. Not only did I not need to see that part, I didn't need to see the bit after where he's swinging through the floating debris. I did not need to see that shit. Stop doing that shit. That's the main reason I did not see Pacific Rim. You niggas put too much shit in that trailer. I'm gonna get to that. Only 24 minutes in. So it's like that, bro. It's like that. So I understand what they're doing. And Marvel, they're doing all this stuff on the light side. DC tried to do the exact opposite. And I applaud them. Fine. We don't need duplicates up in this bitch. But people got tight. They got mad when DC is too dark, too gritty, talking like this with a mask. My parents died. All kinds of no. People got mad for doing that shit. Dark Knight and shit. Batman's got some voice issues. No, DC's garbage because DC made it because Warner Bros. Made it garbage. They made the wrong moves. Wrong shit's happening. Justice League was good. It didn't make that much. I don't know what the fuck that was. It didn't make that much money because. Not because it was crap, no, because people were fed up with DC movies sucking. You go from fucking Man of Steel. People didn't like it that much. I liked it. People didn't like it too much. Superman killed somebody. Yeah, where the fuck were they gonna put Zod? You tell me, my nigga. Where were they gonna put him? Kryptonite? No. If Zod mastered his powers that quickly, you think some Kryptonite were gonna stop him? Hell no. Hell no. And plus, they didn't find the Kryptonite until BVS, which happened, like a year and a half later, right? Come on, stop fucking with me. And then BVS, what happened? That was garbage. It came in the first time we see Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman on the same screen at the same time. No. It was garbage. Garbage. The Ultimate Edition was actually supposed to be closer to the original version that they were going to put out. But even then, that was going to be better. Because if you put in half an hour of content, half an hour. You know how much half an hour is in a movie? Nigga, that's like a quarter of the movie these days. Are you kidding me? The movie as is without the Ultimate Edition is like 2 hours, two hours, like 17 minutes long. That's Age of Ultron too. But it's a good minute. You throwing that extra half hour, nigga, god damn it. So for everybody to say, you know, to get mad at DC, and then hold on, what was after BVS? Suicide Squad, right? Not a good movie. But I don't get tight at Suicide Squad because I want to see Suicide Squad. Different take, you know, we see it from the villain's perspective. But it was just not done right. But that's another situation with studio interference. Warner Bros. Came in, fucked with this nigga. I forgot who the director's name was. They fucked with his movie. That's one of the reasons why Fantastic Four sucked. Studio came in, fucked with what's his face's movie. They Frankensteined his movie. That's what happened. Are you kidding me? That's why That's why the director of Fantastic Four took to Twitter, talk shit. Look, that's just a little side note. But back to DC. And then after Suicide Squad, what do we have? What happened after Suicide Squad? Wonder Woman, right? Yeah. Wonder Woman happened. Excellent movie. Excellent movie. Ain't nothing like, I mean, I got some quarrels with it, but overall, an excellent movie. Patty Jenkins. Pat yourself on the fucking back. That was an excellent movie. All the way through. When I work out, I'm listening to Wonder Woman's theme. That's just one piece of the pie, my boy. That's not even a piece of the pie, man. That's the crust around the pie, bro. That's the crust, bro. No, not even fuck that. The score can make a movie. My nigga, that's the fucking filling, bro. That's the apple filling, bro. Or blueberry, whatever the fuck kind of pie you like. That's the filling, bro. The score. Everything else is just everything else of the pie. So it's like that, bro. And then after Wonder Woman, boom, Justice League. A good movie. Not excellent. It's on the cusp of great. It's just on the cusp of great. It was good. It's barely recognizable as great. It's not it's not bad. It could have been better. But things happened with Zack Snyder and everything, and he had to step away. They brought in Joss Whedon. Zack Snyder actually planned to make 2 movies. First one with Evil Superman, second one with Steppenwolf. But My friends say Justice League was all about how strong Superman is, and I try to tell them no, and they're like yes, and then I rewatched the movie and I was like, nah, they're right. Yeah, it was all about Superman's strength because they needed that nigga. I mean, Justice League. Hey, listen, man. You look at Justice League. You rewatch that scene where Steppenwolf's trying to get the mother box from the Amazons, bro. First time I saw that shit, my fucking, bro, my fucking hairs were standing up, bro. I got goosebumps from that shit, bro. That shit was fire the first time. It's still great to see. It's still a real spectacle to see because it's just straight action all the way through. But first time watching it, bro, I was tense. Fire. It's crazy. No, but so then it's like that, man. After everything that happened between all that, DC, just a roller coaster of it. It went from good, to awful, to bad, to excellent, to good. That's not a good roller coaster, bro. It's not a good slope. That's not a good ride. You have 3 good movies, and one of them is not even looked at as good. The other one just didn't get the light of day. 90,000 on a budget of whatever million. Jesus fucking Christ! If I remember correctly, 900,000. Didn't even break even. So DC tried to be all kinds of serious. And it was serious. It was serious. It was dark. All the way through. But the problem is like you gotta look deeper than that. Why was it terrible? Why was it bad? Did it try copying too much of Marvel? No. I thought it was doing a good ass job of separating itself from Marvel. I thought it was doing an excellent job trying to separate itself from Marvel. Making everything dark, making everything gritty, making everything more serious, not as much jokes. If the jokes are in there, the jokes would not just be trying to make everything light. They would just be like the characters just playing off each other, as opposed to making the situation not as bad as it is. That's how they tried to play it. I applauded DC for that, which is something because I've always been a Marvelite for dumb long. But the problem is DC fucked up because DC did not have faith in its property. It did not have faith in its people, the people behind the property. That's why it failed. It's not. I mean, you can look at any video; they'll say the same thing. It's because DC fucked. No, Warner Bros. I keep blaming DC. No, Warner Bros. Fucked up, and that's why they're about to restart the whole universe, bro. They had a whole thing planned. Aquaman's planned, Flash is planned, Cyborg is planned, and then Teen Titans is planned. By the way, the TV show, bro, is going. It better be good, bro, because I saw those outfits. Those outfits can go suck a dick, bro. Because that's what Starfire looks like she's about to do. I'm sorry that the actress, but why did you agree to wear that shit? Unless she's like, there better be a good excuse for her looking like that. Beast Boy out here looking like 6'9", and goddamn Raven look like Jessica Jones. But Warner Bros. Fucked up, bro. Warner Bros. Fucked up. That's why all those DC movies are garbage. Not all of them are garbage. It's just DC is not what it could have been. That's why. Which sucks because Suicide Squad, which is a movie where all these characters, they're villains. Not all their backstories are good. Harley, Deadshot, Katana, sword, Japanese woman, Chinese woman, whatever, chick with the sword. Fucking Enchantress. Croc is the only one without a... As a matter of fact, no, fuck that. Croc's got a tragic backstory. It's the thing is like the backstory could have easily driven these characters. El Diablo, fantastic backstory. He killed his family out of anger. Because he was angry. The Kid Man, he blames himself. Deadshot, he does what he does. Actually, it doesn't explain why he does what he does. He explains why he kept doing it. But, he got into the fucking assassin business because of his daughter? No, he kept doing it because of his daughter. But why'd he get into the assassin business? But that's the thing, though. They gave them all good backstories. Harley had the same fucking backstory over and over again, but she was slowly getting away from Joker. But he kept on pushing into her life again. For whatever reason, Joker does that. Croc was bullied. He's got a tragic backstory. He's bullied. He's been bullied his entire life because of his mutation. Deadshot's backstory is like, I mean, he's got motivation. He doesn't have a real backstory, but he's got motivation. His motivation is his daughter. He could give a fuck about anyone else but his daughter. El Diablo killed his family out of anger. Nigga was a crime boss. He was a fucking drug lord. Nigga could have been god of the cartel. But instead, they got him doing some Pee-wee shit. Boomerang, faggot. Who else was it? Katana, looking out for her husband. They didn't even want to look in on that too much. She's just crying at her sword and just wavy shit. That's it. All these characters have good motivation and good backstories. At least enough information, at least enough to make a good movie. But fucking Warner Bros. Came in and fucked it all up. Like, so when you tell me that Suicide Squad, like, if you say Suicide Squad could have been a bad movie, it was a bad movie regardless. No, it had every piece of motivation. Because guess what? Because the thing is, though, those villains weren't just villains. That's the thing. They just weren't like, Joker wasn't always bad. He was dipped in chemicals. That's how he became Joker. All those characters were people, like, just good people. Some bad shit happened to them, and that's how they got like that. Excellent backstories. Not excellent. No, they had perfect backstories to go off of. Stuff like that. So, you know, why did it suck? Because Warner Bros. Came in and fucked with the final movie, the final cut. Release it, all spick and span. And it sucks. It just sucks that has to happen. You know, no artist should have their work fucked with. Unless you know, it's fucked with to a degree where the studio's gonna come around and stab you behind the back. Stab you in the back and redo all your work just so that they can make an extra buck. You know what I'm saying? It's redonkulous. It's ridiculous. It's unjust. It's unfair. And then you got let me say this. Oh, by the way, the BVS got dealt the way it did because of time. They didn't want it to be too long. That's basically why. They thought people wouldn't want to handle a 3-hour movie. Well, guess what? It got hit hard because of that. And guess what? The Ultimate Edition is better than the theatrical version. Niggas don't want the theatrical version. We want the Ultimate Edition. That's what's up, nigga. Come on, bro. What's up, bro? So, and then you got fucking... So let me hop back to Marvel. Because right now DC is on some other shit. And let me hop back to Marvel. Fantastic Four. Let me go on this real quick. Again, Fantastic Four had the same issues as BVS. No, not BVS. As Suicide Squad did. Niggas came in the night, redid all that shit, re-edited all that shit. I was fucking ecstatic for Fantastic Four. I love Fantastic Four. I didn't read the comics too much, but the first family, come on, bro. The whole thing about it, man. The whole thing about it is a monster, a rock monster that doesn't. He just doesn't want to. He had to cope with being a rock monster. He had to cope with being a rock fucking monster, man. Uncle Ben. You know, he's the uncle he's the uncle. Sue, the mom. Mr. Fantastic, the dad, and Johnny, the young brother. the young brother, the little brother, the kid, until they had kids, and yeah. But I love the first family. I'm not shitting on the first two movies, or at least the second and third, because there was one that happened in like the '80s, but we don't talk about that one. I like those. I grew up watching those. You know, I see things that people don't see in those movies. You know, it's not that I have the blinders up and I don't see the issues. No, I see the issues. I just don't give a fuck about them. I don't care enough about them because that's one of the movies where I don't see the issues. You know, same thing with the 2003 Hulk. I just don't see the issues. Like people can see them. I really like that other people can see them because I hate not being able to see them. I also would hate being able to see them because that usually fucks movies up for me. Because as somebody who does camera work, mic work, all kinds of like entertainment work, it's just I see these movies and I'm just like dissecting them with every scene, bro. How did all this happen? So it's good that I can't see that shit. This is a little bit about me, real quick. No, but yeah, that's what happened. They came in like a snake in the night, no, like a fox in the night. Redid all that shit, bro. They re-edited all that shit. We were gonna be getting a totally different movie than what we got, and everybody had to fall for it. I mean, come on, Michael B. Jordan bounced back from it. What's his face who played Mr. Fantastic kind of bounced back from it when he did that movie with J.K. Simmons. But I don't know what he's doing right now. What's her face who played Miss Fantastic? She played Sue. Well, she did The Martian and a few other things, and that's all she got right now. Ben, I don't know what he's doing, but he's probably doing TV or something. I don't know what that guy's doing. He ain't got no justice. He didn't even talk in the trailers. He didn't even talk. Which was one of the biggest things I was looking for. Like, not only what does this thing look like, what does he sound like? And he just did not. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with how he sounded. Because he just sounded regular, but with some echo on him. It's fantastic. It's like, that's all you got, my nigga? Like, that's all you got? It's fantastic. No, that's all you got. He just changed his voice a little bit. Reed, help me. Just, no. Meanwhile, Michael Chitlis, yeah. You know, they made his voice more gravelly and everything. He kept the same voice, more gravelly. Which I'm glad they did that. What Fred Tatasciore does to the thing, I'm fine with. It's just, I just didn't agree with that. But these characters were just not done justice, man. They were going to be done so much justice. I was so hyped for the movie, and then they fucked it up. You know what I'm saying? This is how this shit is, man. Studio comes in at the like a fucking fox in the hen house and does shit to the hens, bro. Now that's just bad studio interference. I'll get to the good ones in later time, but Star Wars is a good example of that. But Civil War, yeah, it was a garbage movie. The movie sucked dick. I'm not just pulling that out of my ass. No, it was actually a bad movie, and I thought it was a bad movie. I was just so taken back by the spectacle. Because the first time, saw it. Giant Man's in it. Wow. Spider-Man's in it. Wow. 6-on-6 fight. Wow. So, it's... I mean, look up the reviews, man. I was wondering if it was a good movie or not. Like, actually, if it was a good movie. Turns out it's not. Character motivation's off. Characters are acting out of character. Senseless violence. Unnecessary situations. Characters aren't thinking things through. Senseless violence. Yeah, that's really what ties it down. Oh yeah, and the music sucks. Anything that isn't at the fight, I don't remember any of the music. You know, I mean that's usually a Marvel thing anyway. They don't make you remember the music, except for the Avengers theme. So the Avengers theme, I mean, that's been done so many times, and it's still an excellent piece of music. It's an excellent piece of cinema music, but it's Marvel doesn't make you remember themes. They always come up with a new theme. Like Blue Suede is the Guardians theme. They can pull out whatever song they can. Guardians Volume 1, 2, 6, 7, 24, whatever, bro. Come up with as many mixes from back in the day as they want, bro. Blue Suede is Guardians theme, bro. So that's how it is. Oh, by the way, you saw that one review by that British guy who reviewed Civil War, and you get to that part about where he says Civil War is racist. I don't think it's racist because they had Black Panther because they crippled Rhodey, and they had Black Panther with tribal music. And he said like he's not one of us. I'm like he's not one of like because the tribal music was to play it off like he's not one of us, and he kind of harped on that. He's like he's not one of us. So it's like they gave him something tribal, something primal, like he's not one of us. I'm like nigga, he's not one of us. He's not. Look at everybody here. Everybody like he's the only, first of all he's the only dark skinned nigga. Like we got an African American, then we got an African, an Afro American, and an African. He's straight out the motherland. He's not like us. They want to put on the tribal music. Let him put on the tribal music. He's not like us. It's not racist. It's not. What the I mean, I'm serious. Like, because then we go back to Black Panther. They gave him, Kendrick put him with Killmonger with tribal music. The music in there is straight tribal. I'm going off on that because he said it was racist. I'm like, that's not racist. It's not racist at all. Rhodey being crippled, honestly, it's not racist either because it's not a black. Because I mean, yeah, a black, yeah, having a black guy, but most importantly, I think we're more so fact on the fact that it's Tony's friend. It wasn't racist at all. As a matter of fact, how's that the first thing that went through his head? Racist. It wasn't racist. Black Panther's not like us. He's not. He's not from this continent. He doesn't uphold the same values and traditions that he did at the time. He's getting more broad and everything now, but he did not hold up the same shit, bro. He's not like us. Straight up, not racist. He's not like us. And I just had a problem when he said that. That was like the only problem I had with his review. Was that he just brought race into it. Like there was nothing racist about it, bro. So, I mean, yeah, I don't remember if fucking Black Widow had a Russian theme playing every time she showed up. I don't remember that. But I'll tell you one thing, she does not seem Russian. That's a hell of an English accent she's got there. American. My fault. Yeah, she's a spy, but she sells it pretty well. That's all I'm saying. So, like, even when she's speaking Russian, bro, that Russian accent ain't too hot. She spoke Russian at the beginning of Avengers 1. Wasn't too hot, man. Was not too hot at all. So, let's say she's selling Zarya from Overwatch. I'm just saying. Alright. Alright, it's 2:36. Been at this for like 49 minutes. Alright, I'm gonna hit 50 and then we're gonna clip this. So basically, it's like this, man. Let me just wrap this shit up. What is going on my laptop, bro? Alright, so listen. Okay. I don't know what the fuck's going on with my thing. But anyway, alright, alright. So listen, to wrap this up, bro. It's like this, man. why does, Marvel doesn't have to suck. I understand what all these old guys are saying, that they're tired of all the CGI, all of the same shtick. Everybody, the young kids are saying it too. Young kids are saying it too. They're tired of seeing the same thing over and over again. And I guess we're in the minority. We can have serious things in these Marvel movies if they apply them to it. Ain't gotta throw a joke in every 5 seconds. Ain't gotta throw a joke in after every crazy ass moment of tension. You don't have to break the tension every time. The tension is one of the things that keeps us watching. If there's no tension, even in comedies, if there's no tension, tension is what makes shit happen. It's what drives things. And especially, why is this tension here? Did two characters say something to one another to create this tension, or did something happen in the back to create all this? What is making this uneasiness happen? Was it inside? Was it an outside job, or was it an inside job between the characters? Why? You don't have to break it up with a joke every time. You can resolve that shit easily without jokes, and that's one of the things that's one of the biggest issues people are having with Marvel movies now. Aside from just the CGI, because that's not gonna stop. Because I love fucking CGI. Excuse us for liking and watch shit that we can't see in real life. I understand what you're saying, bro, but you know what, man? It shit's changing, man. Okay, like it's just. I mean, come on. You don't want to see, you want to see some crazy shit happen that can't happen in real life. Transformers. You want to see these 50-foot robots coming out the cut and cutting shit in half. You don't want to see that shit. All right. To each his own. Because at that point, that's what it comes down to with CGI. People gave Warcraft an issue. They were like, "Oh, this was going to CGI. Is it going to be CGI heavy? CGI heavy?" I'm like, "Nigga, Godzilla was CGI heavy. The fuck are you going on about? Godzilla was CGI. Avatar was CGI heavy. Niggas forgot about Avatar. Avatar was like, I've never seen so much CGI in one movie before. And they're bitching about Warcraft. What the fuck, bro? Stop it. Stop that shit. Iron Man. Avengers. And yes, Avengers, because you know what? Not every background is in this fucking sky. They're not actually shooting in the sky. They're behind a green screen. That's CGI, bro. Computer generated images. Anything you see that doesn't look organic, my nigga, it's CGI. Okay? Probably the only thing that's probably not organic, which is why I like Thor so much, because most of that shit was practical and not everything was CGI, bro. Not everything was a special effect. Some of that shit, a lot of that shit, nigga, the costumes were not special effects at all, bro. That's why I actually got tight. I was like, why do they look like this? Oh, because they were actually built. They're not computer generated. They were actually built. And then, yeah, they hired a crew to mold all this shit, cast it, all that shit. So yeah, listen, it's just the grief and all that is happening. It's warranted, but just tell Marvel, man. I think that's the best that can happen. All right, so anyway, let me wrap this. Let me end this shit. All right, guys. So listen, I don't know what the fuck is good. I gotta get on this Tuesday night Smashcast shit. I gotta get on this Tuesday night shit. It's fucking Friday in the AM. I got work later, so I gotta go to sleep soon. But I just got done doing an open mic. Happy about that. That's psycho. Yay, 2 for 2. But yeah, so listen, I just did an interview with my man Gabriel Rivera. I'm pushing as much as possible, not just because it was my interview, but because I want his channel to blow up. I just did my interview with Gabriel Rivera on his YouTube channel, Finally TV. Please check that out. Like it, subscribe it, and also check out Joe Pizzella and Dom Gotti's interview also. The two excellent brothers. doing their thing, a rapper and a singer. Look them up. They're doing good things now, doing great things for themselves. Listen, I love to see, one of the greatest things I like to see in this world is see an artist eat, right? And they eat. My man Gabriel's gonna have more people on soon.